jump right in because I have quite a few little things I want to share with you guys today. One of them that is really exciting has to do with these little guys. If you're not familiar with these, I use these all the time. These are there's 5 of them. I just don't have them all. There we go. I'm so glad, Donna. Those are the fall leaf dies, and they are one of my staples. They are one of my go-to things that I go to all the time. I love them, and I actually use them. They're great for fall, but you can use them with all year long. I mean, there's leaves all year long. They just are different colors, right? So this is a must-have set, in my opinion. And so today, these are a free gift with purchase. So if you do not have these dies, now is the time to get them. If you do have them, I actually am going to make a purchase after the live because I want a second set because I usually use more than one of each anyway when I'm cutting them out. So that way I can use them both at the same time. Or if you want to gift some to a friend, it is time to start thinking about gift giving for Christmas. So all good reasons to jump on this promotion. And also, as an added bonus, with a $50 purchase, you can, did I put it on my table already? I did. We're going to use some of this today so you can see what it does, but this is the thick embossing dip. And if you saw the project I posted last week with the pumpkins and the cracked glass look, that is the product I used that gave me that look. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera view so we can get started on some fun. Okay, so these are the 5 dies that come in the set, and they pack a punch, let me tell you. So we are just I'm going to show you just quickly a couple of things, and then we'll actually make a couple projects. So first of all, I am just going to show you this because it's kind of in my way. I just cut out a whole bunch of them I used the little card panels that come in the inspiration kits. These panels are really fun because they are actually printed with toner. So if you wanted to foil them, you could foil them. But I kind of am into black and white this fall. So I just wanted to use some different patterns to make leaves. I'm just going to hang this little garland up in my dining room or my living room. Haven't decided first yet. But let me just grab a piece of white paper to put underneath this so you can see what I'm doing a little better. I'll just use my card base. So I'm just going to show you really quickly. I mean, this is super fast. If you just need a little something, this is a super fast project. So we're just going to grab, let's see. Let's do this guy. And then I just need to find a pattern I haven't used yet. If I have one. They all kind of got jumbled up. I had them all better separated before, but I do have kind of an order going on with them. So it looks like it's this one. Oh, I wanted to point out too, but I'll show you on a different die just because you'll be able to see it better. This one should work. We'll do this one. Okay, so I'm just going to, I actually kind of measured out. You can't see it because I've got this string, but I just measured it on using this little grid on my glass mat to about 3.5. And I was not at all precise. If you know me at all, if you've watched me at all, you know I'm not a super precise kind of person. So I'm just going to cut one of my Easy Tab foam dots so it's a little bit more narrow. And I'm using the black ones so that they don't show up so much. And I'm just going to stick it on one of the widest parts of the black one. And I'm going to go ahead and go about 3.5, somewhere in there. Let's go ahead and stick, actually, maybe we'll do this one going this way. I'm just going to stick my string right over the top. And I just want to make sure, no, that's not the right one. There's 2 leaves that are kind of similar that throw me off sometimes. There it is. This is the right one. Okay, simple as that. And then all I did for the inside, or the in-betweens, is I just took, this is perfect if you have little pieces of ribbon that you want to use up. Especially if you're making more of a wild garland that you could have more than one kind of ribbon. But it just takes a teeny tiny little amount. And that one doesn't look like I spaced it as much, but it doesn't really matter. Like I said, it's not a super precise thing. This would be really cute to put like within your Thanksgiving decorations, whether you used it on your tablescape or however you wanted to. Super quick and easy. So I'm just going to tie one more little knot. I'm not even tying it in a knot. I'm just tying it once, and that is enough. And then just cutting it. And we're good.
Gina said such a cute idea.
So simple, right? So now we've got our little garland. And I wish I could show you better how that will look hanging up, but for now, I'm getting it out of my way so I can move on to the next thing. Okay. So I want to show you a few things that I used with the guys, just to show you a little bit about how much just using a different material can make a difference. So you've seen the print, you've seen the black. The black, because it's on camera, I don't know if it'll show really well. It looks like it might if I do it over here. You can see that the really cool thing about these dies is not only do they cut, but they also emboss, which is amazing, especially because when you put a die on something, if you're using it for an embellishment in like a little, what's the word I'm looking for? In a little cluster or something, then you certainly don't want it to be flat. So there are occasions, we'll be making a card in a little bit where we will be having it flat. But a lot of times you want to give it a little bit of life. So that just gives you something to use to just give dimension to your die. Look at the difference. And that was pretty minor. Okay, so another thing I did is I just cut out, I think these look really cool with the weathered wood paper pack, because they already have that texture to them. And so I'm not going to make a project with these today, but I'm certainly going to put these in with my leaf dies so that I have them, because I think those are really cool. And let me move on to the next thing. Like I said, I'm kind of running through a few things, because these dies, they make my imagination run. I love this die set. So this is cut out of the Elegant Essentials in Gilded. We're going to create something in a minute that is going to be using the sterling. But look how pretty that is. Can you see that okay? Might need to move up a little. Okay. And then this, if you are a glitzy kind of person, then you probably like both of these. So you've got your choice. This one's the Elegant Essentials. This is the glitter stock. You can totally make it just fancy schmancy card with those. And then this, I had actually used, I think this is from my gel press. I just grabbed some of the papers that I had. I have a box in my stash of just backgrounds that I've made. I don't know if you guys do that, but I just had this and I just cut one out of that, and I didn't even do this today. I did it a long time ago, but I thought I'd show it. And then this, I just used, what did I use on this? I used the Shimmer Mist, and I used the new Tim Holtz spray. That's the Villainous Poison. And then I think that's all I'll show you for those ones for right now. I'm going to show you, let's just get in. Oh, these I guess I should show you too. So these ones, I just used Chroma Mist, sorry. And I used them on, I sprayed a piece of Aqua pigment paper, and I just used a lot of water and spray to get different looks. And this is just from one piece of the Aqua pigment paper. And that paper, it comes in the A2 size. I was trying to see if I have one. on my desk, on my table. I do. I have the pack here. So it comes, I think that we're out of stock right now, but it's a staple. It'll be back. You can also always click on the little, there's a little button on the product page that you can click notify me so that you can get emailed when it gets back in stock. This paper is my favorite watercolor paper. I use it all the time and it works great for these leaves. And it has so much body to it that, again, if you want to fold them up and make them more dimensional, you can do that. So that's what these are from. And then these ones, what I did with these, oh, actually I'll show you these ones first. Let me show you how to do these ones. This is one of the things that we'll do really quick. So this is done on fiber paper. Now, if you have not used the Brutus Monroe fiber paper, this is fun stuff. I did a whole video on fiber paper a few months back, but let me show you how that comes. It comes in a package like this. It comes with 5 sheets. You can get all of the dies in one sheet very easily. And they look like this when you cut them out. So I've already got, looks like I've got 4 of them here. So I'll show you what we did with this. And this is super simple and fun. So what we'll do, I've got my ugly bucket. It's what I lovingly refer to this as. It works great for sprays. So I'm just gonna line them up on my paper towel. And I'm just using a mix of different Chroma mists. That is one of my favorite products. It's so versatile. You can use it for tons of things. You can use it for watercoloring. You can use it just to make a background. You can use it to stencil with. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. So we're just gonna play for a minute. We're just gonna spray some colors. I think I'm gonna start with my lightest one first, which looks like I've got some bumblebee yellow here. And I hold it kind of far back. And if you aren't sure how it's spraying, spray off to the side a little bit for a little test run. And this technique is super easy because they're leaves. They don't have to be uniform in any way, really. And you can always go back and add more spray. And now I think we'll use a little bit of the yellow-orange. That last one I used was yellow-green. The first one I used was bumblebee yellow, and that's in the first, if you get it in the bundles, that's the first bundle. And the next 2 are in the second bundle. Okay, I think maybe a little bit more right there. And now I'm gonna use, let's use a little bit of the coral, which is also in the second bundle. Ooh, some of them has definitely got more than others. And then we're going back to the first one, tangerine orange, first bundle. And right now they're looking more concentrated, but we'll lighten them up a little bit. In fact, just for fun, I'm going to put a little bit of water just to get the colors starting to run. And then this is from the autumn set of Chroma Mists. This is Auburn. We'll just add a little bit of that. I want to go kind of light.
Jackie says hi.
Hi, Jackie. Little goes a long way on some of these because we want to make sure all the colors are seen. And then this is from the holiday bundle. And the thing I like the range that we have in our Chroma Mists because these have a little bit more of a sheer finish. So this is red, but it goes on finer and lighter. So it's just more sheer. And then just for fun, let's just add some of the ornament gold from the same holiday collection. Okay, so we got tons of color there. And now I don't want to touch all that. So I'm just going to use my little folder. We'll just flip those onto the glass mat for a minute. And you'll notice these are a lot darker than the ones I have, and I'll show you why in just a moment. Though I'm kind of liking this dark. I think I will show you on one of them because I think I might want to keep the other ones just the way they are. But I do want to tell you, all of this that's left in the bucket, I didn't want to waste that. It always makes me feel kind of bad. So what I did was I had already cut out some of the Aqua pigment paper. Remember the watercolor paper? I'd cut out some leaves with that, and I just went through and patted a whole bunch of leaves in that. And that's what these ones are. Is I used some of that, and then just to get the splotchy look. And then I went over them again with some more spray, and then I went around the edges with some ink.
Donna said it looked like real fall leaves.
Aren't they fun? I think they're so fun. So now I'm going to just move that out of our way. And what I will tell you about the fiber paper is if you leave it like that, that's great. You've got all of that rich color, and it's really pretty, but it's also sometimes nice to have options, right? So in order to get it just a little softer, all I did was I set it on a paper towel and I just blotted it. And it took a lot of the color out. So, and I blotted it more than once, and also when it dries, it might dry a little lighter. I haven't really noticed, to be honest with you, but we're going to just move those out of the way since they're wet and let those dry naturally. And in a little bit, I'll show you a project using the ones that are already dry. I hope it's okay that I'm just kind of showing you a whole bunch of stuff first before we get to the actual projects. Just trying to get some stuff out of my way. Oh, I just noticed that I got a splotch on my sentiment I had ready to go. So apparently I'll have to cut out another one while we're doing this. We're live, people. That's all I can say. We are live. Okay, so I'm just going to spray right here just to make sure I don't have anything kind of kicking around from when I put those on there. Don't want to get anything on any card bases, right? Okay, so now I'll tell you how I went about making these ones. So these ones I used a piece of Perfect Blend paper, and then I used all of the new Simon Hurley inks and just did a blend. So we can just quickly do that. I don't want to spend too much time on it just because, like I said, we have still got cards to assemble, but we should be fine. I'll just work fast. All right, I have a piece here. Where did it go? There it is. I knew I did. Okay. Just trying to rearrange everything without knocking everything over. Okay, so what I did, and I also actually added one of his ones that was already out, which is Game Over. But I just used the brushes. And actually, I think I used these other brushes. I don't know that it really matters, but we'll just use the same ones. Okay, that's the yellow and that's the green. Okay. So this is called Shooting Star. This just came in the mail today. It was just in time. Thank you, Christopher. Christopher packed my box. I was pretty excited about that. He did a live last Saturday where he showed the packing process. Okay. So we've got some of that on there. Now let's do a little bit of the roar. Actually, let's do a little bit of Viper first. So this is Viper. Sorry, I'm wiggling the table. I need to be more gentle so I don't make you feel like you're having an earthquake. I'll try to move up a little bit so you can see better too. Surprised Darren hasn't said anything yet. Probably just hasn't caught up yet. He's good to keep me in line. And I do want to thank you, Darren. Thanks for moderating as always. You're awfully quiet today, Darren.
Just watching, listening.
All right. Okay.
Not talking too much, everybody's watching.
Everybody's being quiet. All right. Let's use some of our orange. This is called Roar. I don't know what I have on there, but I keep grabbing it.
You're off camera.
Thank you. And of course, one blend is going to look different than the next a little bit. There'll be some variances, right? Unless you're really amazing.
Donna asks how was dinner with your new friend?
Oh, Donna, you're so sweet to ask. It was really nice. Benji's so funny. We laugh because Benji is so social. He's like, he went over there. He calls us up. You gotta meet him. She loves crafting. That was what made me laugh the most. Because, you know, that's all I do. Always is just craft. I just thought it was cute. But yeah, he's been over to their house. They've been over to our house. And they are having all kinds of fun. They went trick-or-treating together.
Jackie said those inks are so vibrant. I haven't tried them yet.
Aren't they pretty, Jackie? I love them. And I just love the way they blend. And the Perfect Blend paper is amazing for blends. I'm guessing Darren's probably going to grumble under his breath because I don't think I told him to put the link up for that. But it wouldn't be alive if I didn't surprise him with something. Right, Darren?
I got it.
You're awesome. Thanks, hon. Okay, so now I'm going to use, this one's Game Over. Did I tell you the other one? The other one is Love Struck. And I think these just sold out, but I guarantee these will be back fast. As fast as Brutus Monroe can get them anyway. Simon Hurley does sell out quickly when he releases new things. All right. And then we'll just quickly add a little bit of the No Diving, which is the last new color. And I'm not going to put as much of that on there because it's not really very fallish.
Robin says hello.
Hi, Robin. Thanks for joining us. We're just messing around with the fall leaf dies. They are free with a purchase now through Friday. Also, I'll just tell you, I just got an email, so I'll shout this out too. It is down to the wire now. If you are wanting to sign up for Crafty Staycation, you are going to want to hurry and do that so you don't miss out. And that is an event that takes place in February. And Gina Kay is going to be there. Christopher, of course, is going to be there. Michael, Heather. Let me see. I wrote down who else was in there. Joey Otio and Simon Hurley is going to be there too. So you don't want to miss it. Okay, so there is our... I got more blue on there actually than I intended, but I don't think it's going to matter. And then all I did, see how this has just kind of these fun little watermarks on there? Because it's water reactive, it doesn't take much. You just have to give it a little spritz. And then just let it sit. Or you can even just get out your heat tool. Sorry, I think the whole camera just shifted because my power bar fell off. Sorry about that. So then you get all that fun texture added to your panel. And then I just cut them out, and I'm going to show you one more thing on these, and then we're going to get cracking on those projects, okay? So there's kind of your base, and then you just can cut out. All of them will fit. All 5 dies fit on an A2 size. So we'll get, let me just get my blender brushes out of the way. And the last thing I want to show you, because of the thick embossing powder promotion, I will remind you that with a $50 purchase, this embossing powder dip is free. So if you wanted to try it with a $50 purchase, this is free. Now's the time to give it a roll. Okay, I think I've got that pretty well. Oh, also, if you haven't tried the embossing ink, it is definitely something you need to try. I love our embossing ink. Okay, so we're just going to actually, it's called dip for a reason. So if you have something small enough, like I do right now, you can just dip it right in there. Hi, Candy. How are you? So now I'm just going to show you this. Maybe I'll do 2 so you can see 2 different things. I'm just trying to keep time in mind because I know that I'm taking a bit. So let's put this back in here because it does, because it is so coarse, it tends to leave little, it's harder to keep your surface clean. So I'm just going to put mine in my little embossing tray. So you can just leave this as a thick, shiny layer and just make it really fun that way. So it just kind of has that fun epoxy look to it. Or what I did on the card that I, the pumpkin card I had up last week, I'll actually grab it in a sec, is I put it in the refrigerator, actually in the freezer, for a few minutes. And then I was able to crack it. So I'll show you that effect. I'll just show you that card really quick so you can see. Oh dear. She can see all the, Candy put me on her big screen. She can see any flaws now. Okay. So see that nice thick layer of fun, shiny goodness? And you can double dip if you want. In the interest of time, I'm not going to. It looks like I could probably stand to do another layer, but let me just show you how shiny that is.
Candy says no flaws that I can see.
Oh, Candy, you are very sweet. Okay, so let me show you what the cracked looks like, the cracked embossing powder, just since I talked about it. So on this one, I used that powder and then I put it in the freezer. And then I came out and I just cracked it. And then I used some ink in the little crevices. Can you see that? Just to get all of the definition there. Kind of fun. All right. And that, like I said, that paper, I mean, not that paper, but that powder is free with a $50 purchase now through Friday. All right, let me just wipe up my mess one more time because I can see I've got embossing powder sitting there. Hi, Theresa. So I'm just going to clean up my embossing ink and we will move on to our projects.
Jackie says that cracking is cool.
Isn't it fun, Jackie? I think it's fun too. It's been around for a while, but oh my gosh, I forget about it. And then sometimes you just have just the right project for it. Okay, so don't forget, this is what that is. So now, we've kind of played with a few things, right? Let's get some of that out of the way. And let's make something. So the first thing I want to show you, I showed you the gold Elegant Essentials paper. I thought we'd just do a super simple card first. And we're going to use the sterling. Look how pretty those are. Look at all of that detail you get from those dies. Just gorgeous. And then we're going to use our ugly bucket again. Oh, no, I forgot that I had put the leaves in there.
Candy says I haven't used it yet. Maybe this weekend, maybe with the die of the month perhaps.
Ooh, that's a good idea. All right, I just need, I need a table that never ends because I'll always fill the whole table. That's what kind of crafter I am. I'm that girl you don't want to sit by at the crop because she's going to hog the table. Not on purpose. Just, that's the way, that's the way it is. Okay, so I'm going to, I just flipped my paper towel over. And since I'm using black cardstock, I don't think it's going to matter anyway. But we're going to use...
Marlene says hi.
Hi, Marlene. Last week we used some of the gold Aqua Pigment, the gilded. So I thought this week maybe we should use some of the sterling. So I'm just going to dip my brush right in it and flick some of this for our background. This is, like I said, going to be a super simple, super quick card. One of those ones that is a good one to make if you're duplicating. If you're making a whole bunch. That'll work. Just putting the brush where it's not going to get on anything. Now the only trick is I need to figure out where I just put the lid. Alright, well, we will just put this, oh, there it is. That crisis is averted. Okay, so now we'll just give it a quick shot with the heat tool. It really doesn't take a long time to dry, but when you're doing several projects, then it matters. I love the way that the sterling looks on black cardstock. This is the Raven cardstock. Okay, so what we're going to do, I almost have it. Just don't want to smear it. We want to keep those spattery looks. So now we're just going to arrange our leaves, and they're going to hang over the edges, and then we're going to take our rectangle die and cut it out. So let's just, I'm trying to decide if I want to use glue or if I want to use, let's just use the tape today. This is the Easy Tear tissue tape, and it is amazing. You may actually want to use glue if you have more time than I.
Melissa asks, is that a blow dryer or great gun dryer?
It's Theresa, it is a heat tool specifically for embossing. It's the Ranger Heat It tool.
I'll post the link.
Thanks, Darren. You don't want to blow your hair dry with that because it would hurt. It gets really, really hot. All right, let's see. If I had thought about it, I would have had this all on there ahead of time. That would have been smart. Something to think about for next time. So we want them to be fairly close together, going different directions. Did everybody have a good Halloween? Did you get very many trick-or-treaters? I think our doorbell rang 4 times. And thankfully there were groups, so there were several people, but trick-or-treating just isn't what it used to be, I guess.
Kelly said, love this die set.
Oh, Kelly, I do too. This is such a fun one. It's just so versatile. Seriously, I use it all the time.
And Gina said she's losing the war on Halloween candy.
Gina, you are in good company, my friend. I bought way too much, as I always do, because I always have hopes that we're going to have all these trick-or-treaters. I don't know how many I think I'm going to get, but yeah. Yep, we have plenty still.
Jackie said they had about 30.
Oh, that's nice, Jackie. I would be loving that.
She said it's the first year they have leftover candy.
Yeah, I just think it's just not the same anymore. It makes me kind of sad, but I mean, it only makes sense. I just think it was already kind of a safety thing, an allergy thing, and then you put a pandemic in there and makes for a rough situation. Okay, so you can see I'm just letting it hang out because I'm on the leaves because I am going to cut them out anyway. So don't be telling people that I'm just letting it all hang out on my lives. That's probably not a good idea.
Jackie
Okay.
said she made Chris take it all the work. LOL.
Jackie said what?
She made Chris take it all the work.
Nice. That is the way to do it. Okay. So now,
Teresa said she'd be right over to I'll put the candy away.
all right, Theresa, I am going to hold you to that. Let's see. I will give you all the candy you want if you come and see me.
Candy asked are all these cut from Sterling.
Yes, these ones are all cut from Sterling. This is going to be just a simple, kind of elegant card. Okay, so now we're ready to throw this through our die cut machine. So now let's see what we've got.
Gina said when she was a kid, her mom gave out nickels and she was so embarrassed.
Oh, that's so funny. Isn't it funny the things that embarrassed us anyway? I would have been thrilled to get nickels. Okay, so there is our card panel. And all we need to do, we're just going to put this together so fast, you're going to just be like, wow, that's a quick card. And
Teresa said they had 3 in one group.
wow, that was all you got the whole time, Theresa? Sounds like us last year.
She told her kids they can go as long as they put the effort forth and dressed up.
Yeah, I think most of ours we had older kids in every group anyway.
And they give her all the Kit Kats and brought all the Reese's peanut butter cups.
Okay, so I'm just going to cut this little thing because I unfortunately got a little blob on that. What I was using on, these are the conversation clippings, which are, you find those in the inspiration boxes each month. And the little die that I'm using is from the Fence Builder set. It's one of the pickets from the Fence Builder set. And I just found that it's just the perfect size to cut out the sentiments, which I love. Okay.
Candy said you had 15 at once, and she sat outside.
Oh, wow.
My garage door, but only about 2 bags of candy here, so she didn't want to run out.
Well, sounds like you did pretty good.
A lot more than we had.
Yeah, a lot more than we did. So you could put a ribbon on that, which I tend to do most of the time, but I'm kind of liking the simplicity of this one. I think we're just going to keep this one nice and simple. All that, and then my sentiment when I went to cut it, it didn't work too good. We'll just... Fall is my favorite time, but we're not going to be able to put that on there. My favorite time is when my lives go smoothly. Okay, let's do autumn greetings instead. Sorry about this. This quick and fast card would have been quicker and faster if that hadn't happened. But that's okay. Okay, so not going to try the cutter this time. We'll just cut it like that. And we're just gonna add just right there, I think. I feel like we might want a little something more. Maybe that'll work better up at the top. Okay, let me just grab my glue. And you want to know where you're going to put it when you're using the Elegant Essentials so that you don't get glue globs on there.
Candy says so pretty.
Oh, thanks, Candy. Like I said, it's a simple one. It's a clean and simple. For me, anyway. I'm fighting the urge to put all of the little extras on there. But I like it. I think it's really just a simple, elegant card. And like I said, if you're making a stack of cards, this is a good one for that. I think that's on there straight. Okay. We'll get this one on there so we can move on to the next card. I do have some other ones I want to show you. I think we've got that pretty straight. I struggle to get things straight. I think that's about as close as we're gonna get. We're gonna call that good. Okay? So one card down. Okay, so this one, we are going to use these leaves. These leaves right here, I created with Vellum. This is the heat-resistant Vellum. And I used these with Distress ink. And I love the just soft look that it gave them. And then I'm just going to throw a couple of these little black leaves in there too. I have a little blob on this, but it's going to get covered up, so I'm not worried about it. So we're going to use some of our tissue tape. And this is another one that should go pretty fast. And then I just used Vellum on white, which is not something I do all the time, but I kind of like it. All right, let's see if I could get that off without killing either piece of paper. I told you I struggle to get things on there straight. And today the struggle is real. Okay, how straight is that? Okay. I think we have that pretty close. As close as it's gonna get anyway, right? Okay, so now we're gonna use some of our leaves. This is a case where you want to give them a little bit more shape too. You can do most of it before you even put it down. You can get them to bend a little bit after, but it's a lot easier if you have most of it done ahead of time. Let's kind of map it out a little bit. Kind of put that in there. That maybe in here. Yeah, that'll work. I think I might just use glue dots for the black ones. So that's going to hide our little blob. And then, in the end, it's probably just as fast just to do the whole thing with the tissue tape. Thanks, Carrie. How are you doing? So this one, we need to get a little more shape in there. Don't want to forget to do that. And then we'll put this one on there.
Yeah, just doing great, and she loves the leaves.
Aren't these fun? I love the leaves too. This is bugging me. I don't know if it's straight, but we'll figure it out. Figure it out before I photograph it. Get a little bit more shape in that. Don't be afraid to bend your paper up a little bit. It's okay.
Gary says black leaves add such contrast.
Yeah, I like them too. I like them too. I think it's kind of a fun combination. Maybe we'll just do that. Okay, so we've pretty well got that. I feel like I will teach you a trick that I learned when working with vellum. If you just, like, I just want to get the edge to lay down a little bit more without putting tape all the way along. So I'm gonna put some glue on it, and then I'm gonna wipe it right off, and then I'm gonna push it down, which is sort of working, sort of not. We'll try it again. I put barely any, as you can see. So let's see if I do that. If I can get it to work for me. So just wipe it right back off. Sticking a little bit. We'll see. I can only imagine how much ink I have on my fingers too. Which is probably why my tape is showing a little bit more than I want it to. But we will fix that. Okay, so now I have one more little sentiment all ready to go. And we can either put it, I like it at the bottom. We'll put this one down at the bottom. Under.
Jackie said that was a paper cut waiting to happen.
That's funny. Let's use glue dots on this guy because it's a little bit skinnier.
So you put your pin back in the glue.
Ooh, thank you. Was that you that saw that?
Yes.
I'm impressed that you saw that. Now I just got to figure out where the pin is.
It's right in front of the bottle.
Ooh, you are good. Look at him take care of me. Thank you, Darren. Okay. Beautiful, glorious fall. So, I realized I didn't trim up the end, and I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. I think it worked just fine. I feel like I had one more of those somewhere, yeah. Just want to make sure I don't need any more. I think any more is too much. Maybe not. What do you guys think? I kind of like that. I'll put a glue dot on it just in case I want to move it off. I'll have to figure something out for, but I think that works pretty well. So there's card number 2. Now, card number 3 is going to be so super fast. And I believe this is our last one. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of my Distress Oxide ink. And I'm just going to squish it right onto my glass mat. And then I'm going to spray it down with some water because I want to use it, surprise, surprise, to splatter with. You know how I like my splatter. What was that?
What color ink?
This ink is called Bundled Sage. Let me get a different brush this time. Actually, I might just use this. Maybe not. Okay. Looks like I have some black in there too. That's all right. That'll add a little bit more contrast, I guess. It looks like I didn't clean my brush very good last time. Either that or it's just the way it's drying. Let's see. Mostly I just want to give it a little texture anyway. Oh, it looks like that's just the way it dries. Weird. It's not what I would have expected. Maybe we'll do a little bit more. Okay, let me just clean up my mess a little bit. And it's probably, the camera's probably shaking a little bit because the cord is a little tight. I've got it plugged in. Okay. So now we can assemble all of this. So I've got these leaves that we did earlier. These are ones that were already dry. The ones that we did earlier are almost dry, but they're still a little damp. So we'll use these guys. And I knew I had one more. So let's just use our tissue tape. And I used the square foundation dies. And this paper is called, sorry Darren, here's your other project. This is Aged Wagon. It's got a wood grain. Can you see that? If I put it in the light a little bit more. It actually would probably look really good with a little bit of inking around it. Let's see if I've got something handy. I'll just use this one. So I'll just use a little bit of this vintage photo. Just a little bit around the edges. Just to kind of if you wanted to lightly go over the top like this, like I would probably do it in circles, but you'll probably have a better result. Then it will pick up some of the grain. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I just want it to be just a hint of it. I kind of like the uneven patterns. I think it looks a little more natural. So now we'll get that out of our way. we'll add that to our panel. I'm telling you, I could go on forever with these dies. They are just, there's so much you can do with them. So we'll leave that one just the way it is. Okay, so let's get some tape on that. Ooh, kind of missed the...
Gina said the whipped cream paper is her favorite.
Gina, it is really cool, isn't it?
She used a lot. She bought it in white too.
I have some white. This is my last sheet of the aged wagon. I'm going to have to get some more because it is definitely amazing. Especially, I like it all year, but this time of year especially. It works so well with fall projects.
Kelly says, love this.
Aw, thanks, Kelly. Okay, I think we're pretty close to centered there. Close enough for me. Hopefully it's close enough for you. And we're going to just use some glue for the frame. Thank you. I'll have to move my mat up after this. Resituate things so it works better. So I love layered cards. And one way you can get a layer without all the bulk is using little frames. And the rectangle dies are perfect for creating little frames. And so then the rest of this is going to be so simple. So these stickers are from the Fall Forest. They're Fall Forest Chipboard stickers. This is how they come. And they are so cute. Look at how much fun they are. And I just wanted to use the sentiments from that. So I thought it'd be kind of fun just to do Gather Family. Cute little Thanksgiving card. And we'll see if we can kind of center that on there. And then we'll take the Gather off. Actually, I think I'll put that on after I put the other things on just to make sure I have everything where I want it. Let's see, we'll stick a leaf here. Probably should have done it under this too, but kind of wanted to use it for my guide of where to put things. It peels back pretty easily, so that's good.
Move fire up.
Thank you, Darren. We'll use another little piece of tape on that. It's probably easier to tape the paper and then stick the fiber paper to it rather than trying to stick it to the fiber paper, if that makes sense. And then we'll do, let's see, we'll do do we want just 2 of those and 1 of those? Maybe so. Maybe we don't need all of the others. Or maybe we do 2 down there and 1 up there. Yeah, I think 3 leaves is going to do it for this one. And we'll stick this guy under there too. And I may add a little foam under that one. Let me see if it shows through or not. There they are. I have to cut it just a little bit, just to make sure. So the trick is, I just cut off the tab. So now I have to try to take the, there we go. That was something else. So that gave us a little bit more depth. And now we will get this last guy on, and I think we'll just go ahead and use the tape. the tape for this one. Well, you know what? I'm going to use glue dots on this one. Let's see if they stick to it. Yep, they stick to it okay. Easier to get it in the little skinny spots. See? Okay. So we'll stick that little guy up in here. And now we've got our gather. And then we've got these little acorns we can use. I think we just about have it. You may need to add a little glue dot to the back of these because these don't stick so well to the fiber. Yeah, that worked. Then you can stick them wherever you want. That works for me. How about you guys? And if you want, you can add a little bow. I haven't decided if I want one yet. I'm just thinking it might be kind of cute at the top. Yeah, I kind of like that. So let's put a little glue dot up in that corner.
Kelly said love it.
Thanks, Kelly. You are very kind. All right, the glue dot is sticking to me. There we go. I think I got it. Okay, super simple. Oh, we didn't put it on our card base. Let's put it on our card base and then we can call it good. It's a big card. There's enough room on that card to send to your whole family. Big cards are so fun to make. You have such a nice big canvas to work with. It's nice just to mix it up sometimes, just to do something other than the A2 cards, huh?
Carrie said beautiful.
Aw, thanks, Carrie.
She said fall on it.
Beautiful. Oh, I see what you did there, Carrie. I like it. Okay, so we've got...
Dara said love this. All three are so pretty.
Thank you. So we actually got quite a bit done. We've got that. We've got our little garland. And look at all the different looks that we got from that one set of dies. All right, I already tangled up my garland. I'm going to have to hang this thing up or else it's going to get tangled forever. We'll have to get that hung up, huh, Darren? But just super fun, super easy.
Square cards are her favorite.
Jackie, I like square cards too. I like them all though. I just like some of everything, I think.
Kelly said, wow, great selection of cards.
Thank you, Kelly. All right. Well, thank you so much. I don't even know how long that we went, but I know it was probably a little bit longer than a lot of my lives, but we got a lot done in a little bit amount of time. And there's so many fun things to do with this die set. I could keep going all night long and we'd still find new different things to do. So I hope if you don't have this die set that you'll take advantage of this special because that is a crazy good deal. And also don't forget the thick embossing powder too. All right. I think that's everything. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night and a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.